This week, Milwaukee's favorite tiny saw gets torn apart, a Delta gets caught wearing Ridgid, and the TIA crew bring out the big toys for the big boys. This is your Power Tool Week in Review. Today's episode is brought to you by Ohio Power Tool, Pro Tools, Pro Service at the best prices at ohiopowertool.com. And Skill, the tools to do the job, the technology to do it better. Welcome back, Power Tool fans. I'm Rob. Now, Sarah was just called away from here for a family emergency. Everything is fine, but I'll just have to handle this myself this week. Now, I wrote the script already with Sarah in mind, and most of the jokes include back and forth between the two of us, so to accommodate her absence, I'll be wearing this wig for all of her parts. Nah, I'm just kidding. Let's get to the news. I can't tell you how happy I was to see Mike and Dwayne back in their garage this week, debating the finer points of a nail gun. This time around, they have a brand new AEG, or Aussie Engineering Greatness nail gun. AEG really stands for that, but I can't pronounce that. Fortunately for us in the States, we call it the Ridgid R0989 4B 18-volt brushless cordless framing nailer. And after putting the nailer to work, the boys seem pretty pleased with its ability to drive nails. But they have a small problem with how it looks.
It's not winning a beauty contest, though. That's all we're saying.
Well, again, coming back to me, neither am I.
Oh, don't say that, Mike. You two are the best looking Aussies I know, Sarah was going to say. And then I'd say, aren't they the only Aussies you... I'm not gonna... Just go watch their video. Maybe I should have just skipped this episode. Earlier this week, YouTube decided to show me this video in my feed. I was intrigued because that was obviously a Ridgid saw, but it looked an awful lot like a Delta Cruiser. So I watched it. What I discovered was not only a really interesting rebranded saw, but I also found this dude. This is Matt. His reviews are very detailed, thorough, and well produced. The video and audio is on point, he spends just enough time on each feature, and when I first watched his review, he had only 33 subscribers. Matt should have way more than that. Now, I know you guys watch us because you love power tools, and just like us, you want to encourage this community to grow, right? So I'm gonna ask you guys a personal favor. As soon as you're done watching this video, head over to Matt's channel, watch the review, give him a thumbs up and a sub, and tell him Belts and Boxes sent you, will you? I'm willing to bet we can get this guy to his first 3-digit milestone in the first hour. You can find him over at M4 Drum and Builds. Clint over at ToolReviewZone got his hands on Ryobi's new HP Class 1/4 inch cordless ratchet. And this one in particular is so good, it sends Clint back in time to his old job as a mechanic shop in 1996, where he established his longtime feud with the ever-evil pneumatic hose. Now at this point, Sarah was going to say, "Oh, 1996, I miss being 5 years old." And I was all gonna be like, "You shut right the..." Maybe I should just skip the jokes. Clint's naturally thrilled to be using a modern and powerful cordless ratchet instead, and in the end, he not only loves the thing, but seems pretty confident that it will hold up. For the full review, head over to ToolReviewZone. The mysterious man south of Australia, known to the feds as Tools and Stuff, wasn't happy just showing off another Makita tool he knows that I want but can't have, but instead, Sarah's here. I think Sarah's here. So does that mean everybody's okay?
Yeah, everyone is okay.
Okay, well, super glad you're back because I was trying to do all your parts in the script.
What, with the wig?
No.
Oh my gosh, you were. Oh, I got back just in time. All right, where are we? All right, Tools and Stuff decided to highlight a bunch of new Makita XGT 40-volt tools, including fans, mowers, coolers. Those look awesome. And yep, that's Makita's XGT 40-volt Track Saw. For those uninitiated, Makita's current 36-volt LXT brushless 6.5-inch track saw is a veritable legend in the industry. It came in second in Rob Robillard's head-to-head, only behind a much more expensive Moffell. Several highly reputable woodworkers on YouTube use them, including Jonathan Katz-Moses. Both of those recommendations should tell you a lot about Makita's saw. So when I say a lot of people are holding their breath, waiting for the XGT version, I'm not joking. And with a possible Milwaukee track saw somewhere in the near future, I'm really anxious to see who will make it to the shelves first. If you're on the fence about taking the Makita XGT leap, you should already be subbed to Tools and Stuff, and be sure to watch the latest video.
The boys at Toolsinaction were back in action again this week and decided to visit an old staple of their channel, Eric Bodie of Bodie Tree Care, who occasionally helps them test big toys for big mechanics. And this time, they came with a real doozy. That's the Ingersoll Rand W9691 1-inch extended anvil impact wrench, which claims to have 3 1,000 foot-pounds of nut-busting torque and 2,200 foot-pounds of max fastening torque. TTC, where are you guys? Dan and Eric put this ridiculously powerful beast to work on an old truck that was left sitting for a few years, just getting crankier and crankier by the day. And guess what? Yeah, it was not a challenge. Eric said it worked really well. He liked the balance of the thing and pointed out how perfect it would be for roadside emergencies. He said it was really comparable to an air tool without all the pain of an air tool and compressor. For the full review, head over to ToolsInAction.
We swung over to Pro Tool Reviews this week to see what Clint and Kenny were up to, and they were both missing. Instead, some dude named Josh was wandering around the shop as if he owned the place.
Or like he's a new editor, because it said right in the description.
Who knows? And the guy just started playing with tools, which, if I'm being honest, if those guys ever let me in their shop, I'd probably start playing with all the tools too. Josh specifically decided he wanted to know if DeWALT or Milwaukee made a better impact. To test the tools, he built a range of 5 challenges he calls the Mountain, and just like every other DeWALT vs. Milwaukee challenge on YouTube, the outcome was the same.
Yep, Flex won.
Right? How do they do that every time?
I don't know, by sponsoring our show, I suppose.
Smart strategy. To find out who really won, head over to Pro Tool Reviews.
Do you guys remember AVE? You know, from yesterday when you were watching his videos? Well, it's been something like 5 months since he last posted a bolter, or board of lame tool reviews video. But this week he blessed us with a new one, this time focused on Milwaukee's ridiculously popular M12 Fuel 3-inch compact cutoff tool, which he promptly tears apart, details all of the particulars of its inside bits, and then leaves it on his workbench in a big pile of parts. He usually puts it back together and gives it a go, but he said that'll come in another video. And as a guy who would probably get 300,000 views sharing his thoughts on the Oxford comma, breaking up a popular Milwaukee teardown into 2 videos just kind of makes good sense. Still worth watching the first one. You can find it over at AVE.
We have another new contestant this week. This one was brought to our attention by our new fancy club for people more specialer than you, that being our production crew right here on the channel. We meet with them in a members only live video every Tuesday where we chat and gather our features for the show. This time they pointed us to LandbergTileTV. Landberg, I'm assuming that's his name, has a fantastic channel that covers tools and build projects all focused on tile. This week he got a hold of one of the all-new Bosch Blaze Green laser distance finders, just like the one we gave away during our live event. Of course, Bosch Blaze would be a real handy tool to have when working with tile, and this guy seems to be really happy with it. He walks you through all of the features and even takes it outside in the sunshine to prove how well that green dot shows up even in bright light. His channel is packed with useful videos about tile and the tools he uses to make them look so good, which, by the way, how did he get this far in YouTube without creating an insanely cool tile backdrop? The disappointment is real, man. For his full Bosch review, head over to LandbergTileTV.
He's a good tile guy and his content's really good, but honestly, the backdrop just,
right?
How is that not tile? Last week we asked Tim what the heck this tool was, and you can watch that right there. I want to thank Skill and Ohio Power Tool for sponsoring this episode. Guys, we couldn't do it without you.
If you liked the episode, please give it a thumbs up, and if you loved it, we hope that you subscribe.
Do something kind for someone else this weekend, and we'll see you next week. And whoever wasn't feeling good on Sarah's family, I hope you're feeling better.